Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove GLA collections from their credit report. And this is in many cases without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I don't want to say that you shouldn't take action. There are situations, if, for example, you know or you believe that GLA Collections, actually any of the accounts for that matter on your credit report, are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that can work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or, if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Give us a call today. Our number is in the description below this video, and we'll talk through some of the options. So let's get through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with GLA Collections? And I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. Myself included, I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And unfortunately, unless the debt is specifically related to unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there is no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000. You could refuse to pay $1 million. It really doesn't matter. You will not get arrested or get jail time. So now, who is GLA Collections and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And they buy debts, unpaid accounts, like credit cards, for example, usually for pennies on the dollar, really cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? I'll give you an example. Let's say that you have a unpaid card with Capital One, and it's $1,000. GLA Collections could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So, think about this. These companies can make a lot of money, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is actually one of the primary strategies that they have to get you to pay. However, what a lot of people don't know, and again, because we're not taught this, is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. Did you know that? That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. Okay, so a lot of time, paying isn't in your best interest. It could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may also send scary letters. They may call a lot. They may even call your family members and colleagues. And again, if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist and they can take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with GLA Collections? Yeah, okay. So settling your debt with GLA Collections really depends on your goal. Um, Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Why? Because, as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it's going to remain on your credit report for 7 years, and it's going to be damaging your score the whole time. So, instead, I always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts can be removed. And this is a win-win. You don't waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from a report. So it's perfect. Um, how do you remove GLA collections from your credit report? All right, great follow-up question, right? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Uh, I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. Um, that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it. Please do, but be prepared to spend weeks, maybe months, really learning how to do it properly. However, you can hire a professional to handle it for you, and that way you can ensure that it's done properly the first time, and save the extra time involved in that. And that's what we're here for. We're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with GLA collection accounts many times, and I'll just say they regularly have issues, and we've helped numerous clients deal with them. We'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get GLA collections to stop calling you? Yeah, so I mean, like I said before, GLA collections calling you is just their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, uh, which really just means that the only reason that they're going to stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Um, will GLA collections try suing or garnishing my wages? This is a good question. And I'll say that the GLA collections suing you is unlikely. I mean, it can happen. It does happen. But, in our experience, it's rare. And the reason is there's just a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win. And, it's just a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, right? Which is another benefit of using an expert to take care of it for you. What are my rights when dealing with GLA collections? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that GLA collections have purchased. GLA collections is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. As I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Again, these acts can seem really complicated when you look at them, but they really provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. Call us today. We can discuss your options. Again, you can find our number in the description area below, and we look forward to talking with you. That's it for today.